Are you like me? Are you a Nintendo nut? I think I am. I really like Nintendo. Maybe an unhealthy amount, probably too much. And I really like the NES. I really wanted to get my hands on an NES Classic, right? It's been the super popular item. Everyone's been trying to get them. Maybe you might have gotten one. Some people got them. A lot of people didn't. A lot of people were waiting in line at Best Buy recently, told they would have them, and then they didn't. So, yeah. But the rumors abound. Even though the cancellation of the NES Mini is upon us, there may be a Super NES Mini coming. But when? It's just a rumor. May not even happen. And there might be another way that you could get a Super NES Mini. So if you're like me, you hate waiting. Everyone hates waiting. Everyone wants to find out what's going on, get in on the newest information, to try the newest thing, and not sit around waiting for someone else or some company to give you what you really want. So there's different solutions that can be found to that sort of a problem. I really like Super Nintendo, and I really enjoy playing my Super Nintendo, right? But wouldn't it be cool to have an SNES Mini? I think it would be really awesome. So hopefully Nintendo's going to give us one. But it will probably still be limited. There'll probably be a limited amount of games on it. But I got a friend of mine, and you may have seen his video recently here on epicallygeeky.com. A friend of mine, Eugene, who runs this site, is actually also working with 3D printing to develop his own SNES Mini. And if you haven't seen it, this is what it looks like. This is a prototype version. This version is actually printed at a lower resolution than his final model, and the colors are obviously different. You notice it's black and gold. He really likes the black and gold. Some other people might really like the black and gold. This doesn't mean that this is the only color option that he could do. He's, like I said, been working on it for a while. He's got a really good video, which you should check out. I'll leave a link to it in the description so you can check out the process that he underwent to create this SNES Mini. And I did a little mock-up there in the corner of what it that's a really crappy mock-up, but just to give you an idea of you know, how the design of it could look in the right color scheme. But the quality is actually really good. It's a little bit smaller. I think he said it's 2/3 the size of a regular Super Nintendo, and really cool. Just a really cool little Super NES Mini. Something different, something unique, and I really appreciate it. Now, here's the thing. Here's my thing. I spend a lot of money on things that I don't really like that much. I spend a lot of money on a lot of different types of hardware and pieces of equipment. Sometimes I love them, and sometimes they're kind of meh. They're all right, but they're not anything super special or super spectacular. So sometimes I feel like maybe I've kind of wasted my money. Sometimes I feel like maybe I kind of threw some money down the toilet, so to speak. Like you may have noticed with my Ouya video that I did. It was my Android TV box. Now, the Android TV box is really cool, but it doesn't look like a Super Nintendo. So, let me tell you about something that Eugene is planning to do here. So, he's going to be making these cases and then offering to sell them at I think a pretty reasonable rate. And he'll have some more information about that, you know, coming soon. But he's going to offer them as an item that will sell through this website. It'll basically be an SNES Mini. That's my goal. And I've talked to him about it, and we're arranging it so that I'm going to have it set up to where this thing's going to be a SNES Mini. Turn it on, Super Nintendo games. Boom. Which I think is really awesome. And probably will give me the full experience of what I really would want from an SNES Mini that Nintendo may not even be able to deliver. Because like I said, you're kind of limited with what Nintendo's going to release. We only got 30 games on the NES Mini, so who's to say what we're going to get on SNES Mini? There's all these games that I like that I'm sure are not going to make the cut. So this will be a really cool way for me to have a set piece, something that looks like a Super Nintendo, like a small Super Nintendo, plays on HDMI, plays the Super Nintendo games, and just looks really cool. A conversation starter. But here's another thing I want to talk to you about. There are indie projects that are all over the internet. There are Kickstarter campaigns, there are Indiegogos, there are things that people try to sell you on, like the Calico Chameleon and bullshit like that, where they try to push something on you that they know is going to appeal to you in a certain kind of way, and you end up kind of with a bad taste left in your mouth. But then there are projects out there that are passion projects that are done by gamers who give a crap, who actually care about gaming and love these types of things. They love the real hardware. They love the feel, the texture of it. Eugene's project is that. It's a labor of love. He loves the Super Nintendo. You can tell. And what he's trying to do is make an SNES Mini that, at a quality that he'll be happy with, and a quality that a lot of people will be happy with, in a way that he knows he probably won't even get from Nintendo. When you see a project like that, and when you see somebody out there trying to do something for gamers with a gamer mentality, I really feel like it's important to support projects like that. And you can or you cannot. That's up to you. I'm not trying to push you to buy one of these cases from him. And you can talk to him about it. Like I said, I think the price is going to be pretty reasonable for what he's doing, because he's modeled the Super Nintendo, he's printing the Super Nintendo, he's painting, he's sanding, he's doing all this crap. And then if you want one with a Raspberry Pi, I think you can talk to him about that too, and he'll do the whole shebang for you. But it's a labor of love, It's an artistic piece to me. It's a set piece. It's something to display. A lot of people buy paintings. A lot of people buy sculptures. They buy vases. They buy all kinds of artistic pieces, right? And nobody bats an eye. Somebody might buy a weird contraption that was made by an artist from New York or whatever that they saw at a gallery and spend some insane amount of money on it, sit it in the corner of their house. People look at it and they talk about it and have respect for it because it's a piece of art, and the rest of us go, what the fuck is that? Right? We're gamers. We are entitled to have our own art, and we should want that. We should want our community to care about this legacy of aesthetics. We should be interested in that. We should promote that. We should encourage people who want to make artistic works based on gaming for gamers that promote gaming and promote the culture of gaming and the fun that we have. I am so happy to be able to buy a piece like that and have it to display, and have it from a friend, and have it from somebody I know that cares. I think it's really important. So if you think that kind of thing is interesting to you, if you think that it would be fun to buy one of these cases or have one of these cases to promote, gaming, or just to put a Raspberry Pi in, or whatever you want to do, if you're interested, get in touch with Eugene and let him know, because like I said, I'll leave his information. I'm not trying to sell something here. I'm not a salesman. There's no commission. I'm not getting any money out of this. I am telling you, just from somebody who respects another gamer, who's willing to bust his fucking ass to do something that he cares about. I'm excited. I'm sorry. I'm a nerd. I'm a goofball. I love Nintendo. I love what he's doing. And I wish more people would do this kind of thing. So I felt like it was important to say something about it and encourage you to talk to him about it if you're interested. And just ask him some questions and see what you think about it. What do you think about it? This topic's about the SNES and the SNES Mini. Yes, and Nintendo will make something like that. And yes, if you just care about the games, you could do like the Android TV that I recently talked about, or just get a Raspberry Pi and not even bother with any of this. But I think there's more to what he's doing. So I think it's worth talking about and looking at. We're going to have Eugene on Game Rambling this Sunday. So make sure you tune into Game Rambling this Sunday at 5 p.m. Central Time. And we're going to talk all about the SNES Mini. We're going to talk all about what he's done, the project, the work that he's poured into it, what he thinks about Nintendo's SNES Mini. We're going to talk about, it's not just us talking to Eugene. We're also going to talk about recent developments in retro gaming, news that's popped up with the retro blocks and some other things that have happened. There's a Sega Genesis with HDMI that's coming. Looks pretty interesting. At Games is stepping up their at game, as they say, something like that. So it'll be a fun show. Game Rambling, 5 p.m. Central Time. We do it live. We do it live! So watch with us. We're going to have fun. We're going to talk about video games, and we're going to talk about the SNES Mini project with Eugene. So make sure you watch, and I'll be there. Hopefully you will too. So until next time, I'm Cyrus, and this is Epically Geeky Gaming, and I will see you later.